Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sunny, your host. And in this video, we are going to create a Streamlit app, and that too with multiple pages. So Streamlit is nothing but a popular Python framework for building data driven web applications, and it is very easy to use, especially for data scientists, because we don't want to indulge much into the front end and back end because already you know that data scientists have so much on their plate. So rather than spending time on creating front end and back end, we can use Streamlit to at least demonstrate the capability of the model that we have created. Okay, so the interesting part of this video is going to be that we are going to take a help from Bing Chat, or even you can use ChatGPT as an alternative to generate our base Streamlit app. And then what we will do is we will modify or rectify it as per our own requirement. So whether you are a seasoned developer or just getting started with the building web apps, this video will provide you with some valuable insights into building dynamic user interfaces. So let's dive into the video and start building it. So let's get started, guys. Here in this demo, what we're going to do is we're going to create the Streamlit apps, right? So now we have a very powerful tool in our hand, and you are all aware that we have the ChatGPT. So let's use that intelligently in this case, okay? And we all know that it can generate wrong code as well if we asked it to code it. But right now what we are going to do is we are going to do the things in chunks, okay? So for my application, what I need is I need maybe 4-page application where I can go to the 4 pages. First page will be an introduction about the app. Second page will be about the image generation using text or prompt. Third one will be going to be your image variation creation, where you will be able to upload one image. And the third case will be, again, it's the same demo that we have done. We need image, we need prompt, we need mask image. Okay, so these three. So we are going to have 4 pages in total, one for the entry, and all the other 4s are for the demo that we have created, okay, or the notebook that we have created. So let's start with that. So we can go to either you can go to ChatGPT directly. Okay, so for that you can go for chat and then openai.com. That is one approach. And otherwise what we can do is let me open this separately. The other thing that we can do is we can use Microsoft Edge. I know some of you may be laughing that we used to go for Chrome, but nowadays it's more powerful browser and these days because of Bing Chat. So you need to sign in into this once, and then you can see on the extreme right corner, top right corner, you will see there is something called B sign, and that is your Bing Chat. And otherwise, if you want, you can even go through this here. Also, you can search for Bing AI and chat, and you can even click on this link here, chat, and that will allow you to do the chatting here itself. So these are the two options. Let's go for the first itself. And the best part of this one is that it can be like readily available, and the only issue is that you cannot see the code properly here, so that is why I'm closing it, and I will be using this one. Now here it gives you 3 options that either you can go for a more creative, balanced, and more precise. So I will, since I'm going to go for code, so I will go choose for more precise option. So let me ask it that, let's say create a Streamlit app with 4 pages. Okay, here you should give a proper instruction so that it can create a proper outcome for you. So I will say create a Streamlit app with 4 pages, and each page can be selected from the sidebar using select box, and then we can say that and each page should contain a title and some information. Okay, that is our basic need. So let's try to run this and see that what it gives you. So it's giving you an implementation, and you will see this is going to be most common ones in almost every example. So here it created these functions below. Okay, and it should be on the top. So you can see that you have to be also knowing the program, some sort of programming. At least you should be like familiar with that, otherwise you will see that it may result into some drastic results. So let's copy this, and we will modify this as per our need. So in the root of the folder, let's create a root of our project. Let's create a new file called as main.py, and we can paste the code. So you can see that when I paste it, so actually it pastes everything there. So I need to get rid of the these other things which are not required. And okay, so you can see that it is already highlighting that it is not defined yet. So what we have to do is we have to first of all move these pages, these functions here on the top here. Okay, so I did the changes which is required, and you can see that it has provided you a title, it provides you some sort of a right thing here. So I will I ask it to go provide me an info. Okay, info, some information. So it actually took it in another way. So there is something called as info as well in Streamlit. So I will just click on this, and I will just write, I will select all of them at once by pressing Alt key and the mouse button. I will say info and it will update it. Okay, so we have this. Now let's run this and see that if it is working or not, right? So for that, let's open the terminal and let's run Streamlit run main.py. So it seems it's working. Page 1 is opening here. It says this in some information about the page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4 as well. So it's like things are getting updated here, right? So I will leave this open here, and I will make some changes into the app on the go. So let's say the page 1 will be about image generation, right? So I have kept something ready here already. So I will just update this. Actually, it should be page 2. Okay, that is OpenAI DALL-E image generation. And then we will simply providing a note that you can download an image by right clicking on that and save that image. And let's say page 3 is going to be about image variation, and then we have page 4 which is going to be about image editing. So we have all these 4, okay, 2, 3 and 4. And page 1 is, so page 1 is again, it's about DALL-E, and we can say that st.markdown, and we can provide some information about DALL-E, right? So again, so we don't have time to write that, so we can take help of the Bing chat here. So I will simply say that I'll just simply copy this, and we will give it a prompt. We will go to the Bing search, and we will say that write a brief paragraph, or let's say write some brief information about OpenAI DALL-E. And I will say that try to make use of markdown, let's say markdown topics or markdown headings, bullet points, and return the results inside these backticks. Okay, so I will say here that this is my result, 3 backticks. Okay, so this is how the results should look like. Let's see if it gives you the result response in the same way. Okay, so it says there is some issue here. So let me do one thing. Let me again clean this up, and again let's try this again. I hope this gives you a response. Okay, it seems like maybe it's not able to process this. Okay, so what I will do is I will try it again, and I will say that inside 3 backticks. So it seems like this is odd that it is not giving us an answer like this. So what we can do is, if this is not working, maybe we can refresh this again. Let's try this, and I hope now maybe let's choose a balanced conversation style, and we can I think maybe it's because of this DALL-E is having some special character here. Let's say I will use hyphen here, and let's try this again. Yeah, so it's now searching for DALL-E, and okay, so it is writing some basic information about that, and we can simply let's read about this brief, that whether it is fine or not. So DALL-E is a 12 billion parameter. It gives also some link as well to verify, so that is also a good thing about this Bing chat as compared to the chat GPT. So it can create original realistic images and art for the text description. I won't say it's realistic images, but yeah, so it's close to, I will say, art. Now what can this DALL-E do is a diverse set of capabilities, including anthropomorphized versions of animals and combining unrealistic concept. That is fine. DALL-E 2 can make realistic edits. I won't say that it is realistic edits, but yeah, it's okay. And then DALL-E works in using a text image pairs and how to generate text images. Okay, that is used 12 parameters of GPT-3. How can I use DALL-E? So it says that input is a cat made of sushi, an image of a cat made of sushi. Okay, so they gave this basic insights here. So what I can do is let's copy this, and this will become content for the page number 1. Okay, so now there is an issue here that, okay, when you it's going to be huge, right? Let me put that into a variable here, and let's call this as a introduction, and we will use this triple quotes. We will mention everything here, and okay, so this seems fine to me as of now. Let's pass that introduction here into the markdown, and let's see that, okay, how it looks like the outcome. Let's go back to this and let's refresh this or rerun this. So you can see that page one is saying that OpenAI DALL-E, here's what I found about DALL-E, and you can always update these things so that it can look better, and it has some the outcome. So again, we need some sort of arrangements there so that to make it far better than what I was expecting. And yep, so let's go back again, and here we can modify this. So that's why you should always read that, okay, whatever you're getting from the chat GPT. So let's say I will call it as a brief details about OpenAI DALL-E, and then what it can do, and everything is present here. That is absolutely correct. But let me go to here, this thing. So this seems odd, so I will simply put them into, and this provides some space here. So it says the source conversation with Bing. That is also fine. Like you can specify that if you are like relying on this, that is also totally fine. Let's go back again. So let me rerun this. So you can see that last outcome looks slightly better, and yeah, so this seems okay to for me too for the page one, and page two is now again it is empty itself. So page one and page one doesn't looks, the name doesn't looks better, right? So what we can do is we can instead of calling page one, you can call it something else. Okay, that is totally at the end we can do, and so we can commit this, right? This is an initial start of ST app. So we can commit the changes till this part. And now what we can do is you can see that soon when we will start entering all these details, it will become a clutter, right? So it's better to move these functions into a different set of modules, right? So that should be a good decision here, so that this page looks not this, it should look cluttered free, right? So what I will do is I will create a folder src. Inside that I will create a different let's call this page1.py, and similarly what I will do, I will create multiple such copy of these, and let's rename them page 2, and then it should be renamed to page 3. Then we have this, rename this and make it page 4. So we have now these 4 files, okay, and in each of them we can transfer the content of these functions into these. So from this we can simply cut paste this, okay, cut that and paste it into page 1, and you know that you have to import the Streamlit here, so import Streamlit as st. So this will be better right here, and then we have the page number 2, and that is, so now you can see that it is going to show this error. So we can simply say that from src dot page 1 import page 1. So let's see if it throws an issue or anything. Rerun this, it's working still fine, right? Okay, so this works absolutely okay. Now what we can do is same thing, we can do it for the others as well. So let me do that. So now you can see that I have moved all the pages here into their respective modules, right? And now you can see that this naming of the pages, right, when you select, so it comes page 1, page 2, that should not be there. So let's say we can call it as maybe, instead of that we can simply say entry point, and page 2 will be called as image or text to image generation, text to image. Third one will be called as image variation, and the last one will be image edit. So after these changes, if you just look into the app, if I just refresh this, so you will see that it is now this images are look much more promising and relevant. And if you just look into any of these, so it will give you the respective details, right? So this creates the basic structure of our app, Streamlit app. And from the next tutorial onwards, we will start working into text to image, image variation, and image edit. Okay, so this is how you can see that we can take help of the latest AI, that is Bing Chat and ChatGPT, and help us to make things much more faster, right? So see you all in the next session. Till then, keep on learning and keep on exploring. Thank you.